What makes Jalen Hurts great? It's not just the 85 career passing touchdowns and 55 career rushing touchdowns. It's not just the 46-20 lifetime regular season record and 5-3 postseason record. And now, the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback has the opportunity to make it 6-3 with a Super Bowl LIX victory Sunday against the Kansas City Chiefs. Look, this is a Houston-based publication, and Hurts is from Houston, so we'll cut to the chase. What also makes Hurts great is the man loves crawfish. The thing about crawfish is I ought to smell 'em from a mile away, he told Anscape back in August 2024. I should smell them walking to the street, and once I get to the backyard or front yard, I know what time it is. Hurts has made known his love of mud bugs. In fact, he's the guy cooking them. During Media Day festivities before Super Bowl LVTIs in 2023, which the Eagles dropped to the Chiefs, Hurts posited that if he wasn't a superstar football player, he'd probably be doing crawfish boils professionally. But Hurts was gifted with an arm, legs, and leadership. He also is one of the most interesting talkers in sports, as he's literally the cross between a religious guru and a tight-lipped head coach, speaking in inspirational generalities that most people would laugh off. No man is an island. You gotta draw your strength from others. Keep the main thing the main thing. It's real, and players seem to gravitate toward Hurts' lyricism, especially since he's a proven winner. But crawfish? Crawfish doesn't get that workout. Hurts goes straight to the point about crawfish. I cook the best crawfish that they've ever had, Hurts told GQ in September 2021. I think I'm the greatest in the game. Hurts said he had the best crawfish recipe in the NFL ahead of his fifth career start. He was only 1-3 at the time. But Hurts is a confident man, which comes from his father, Averian Sr., who coached Jalen at Channelview High School. According to Hurts, it's not just about football. Averian Sr.'s skills at the crawfish boil also helped Jalen perfect his style. Crawfish is one of those things that I think is just rooted in me from my dad, Hurts told Anscape. He grew up with a lot of confidence in it, and he actually kind of built a name for himself in our community. I don't do crawfish from nobody else. Hurts added that his dad may change things up these days. For example, he said Averian Sr. sometimes throws chicken wings in there, which is wild to leave hanging. Does Averian Sr. actually put raw chicken wings into the pot? Or are they cooked separately and served on the side? Or, as a nod to Viet Cajun crawfish that would seemingly be a red flag in some places, are the wings tossed in a spice blend with the crawfish? We don't know these answers as Kron was not able to attend Super Bowl Media Day. But allow this to be Kron's attempt. Jalen, we know you read our site, so please invite us, me, to your next Houston area boil. I, will bring dessert and some records. I have terrific 1980s R&B vinyls we can spin. Or maybe we'll all soon get a taste of Hurts' best in the world mudbugs. The quarterback also revealed in that August interview that he seriously wants to open a crawfish restaurant. It's a real thing. It's a passionate thing, Hurts told Anscape. Maybe one day I'll open up a little crawfish restaurant or something like that to give everybody an experience. While all of the headlines in Super Bowl LIX concern the Kansas City Chiefs' pursuit of history and Saquon Barkley's contributions to the Philadelphia Eagles, one man who is flying under the radar is Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts. While it is unusual for a guy who signed a $255 million contract extension prior to the 2023 season to be underrated, the presence of Barkley and Philadelphia's run-centric offense has made it seem like Hurts is a bit more of a passenger on the ride than the man driving the car. A win in the Super Bowl would be a significant boost to Hurts' legacy as he looks to establish himself as one of the top quarterbacks to play in the NFL. The winding road that Hurts took to reach the top of the mountain, however, has helped shape him into the player that he is today. Where did Jalen Hurts play college football? The answer to this question is a two-pronged one, which is a bit unusual in the era prior to NIL and the unlimited transfers. As a highly coveted four-star recruit out of high school, Hurts had a litany of scholarship offers and chose to commit to Alabama in 2015. The Crimson Tide named Hurts their starting quarterback in his second game of the 2016 campaign, making him the first true freshman to start at Alabama in 32 years. Alabama made the college football playoff behind Hurts that year and lost 35-31 to Oklahoma in an upset, but Hurts made his mark, earning first-team All-SEC honors while also being named the conference's Offensive Player of the Year and Freshman of the Year. 2017 wasn't as strong statistically for Hurts, but the Crimson Tide had more team success, returning to the college football playoff and advancing to face Georgia in the national championship game. The Bulldogs jumped to a 13-0 lead over Alabama, and Hurts was struggling, leading Hall of Fame head coach Nick Saban to bench his star in favor of backup Tua Tagovailoa, who rallied the Crimson Tide to the win and supplanted Hurts as the starter the following year. While most players in that situation would look to transfer somewhere else for a better shot at playing time, Hurts did the untraditional move by accepting the demotion and working hard as Alabama's backup. Saban used Hurts occasionally throughout the season, and he stepped up in the SEC championship game when Tagovailoa suffered an injury and led the Crimson Tide to a comeback win over Georgia to earn a spot in the college football playoff once again. After graduating with a degree in communication and information sciences, in December of 2018, Hurts was immediately eligible to play at another program as a grad transfer and opted to go to Oklahoma, which had just produced a Heisman Trophy winner in Baker Mayfield. The move to the Sooners paid big dividends for Hurts, who produced a dominant season that helped him get Oklahoma to the college football playoff and finish as the runner-up in Heisman Trophy voting to Joe Burrow. Breaking down Jalen Hurts' college football performance. Hurts was a dual-threat quarterback throughout his collegiate career, but was always extremely accurate, completing 65.1% of his passes throughout his career, and peaking with a 69.7% mark in 2019 with Oklahoma. That grad year campaign was a huge one for Hurts, who had his most prolific campaign both in the air, throwing for 3,051 yards with 32 touchdowns against just 8 interceptions, and on the ground, rushing for 1,298 yards, another 20 touchdowns. What was Jalen Hurts' high school athletic career like? There were plenty of signs that Hurts was destined for stardom when he was a two-sport athlete at Channelview High School in Channelview, Texas. Hurts' father was his high school football coach, and the pairing paid off as Hurts was the District 21 6A MVP as a junior, putting him on the radar for most top college programs. Channelview got a strong senior season from Hurts, who threw for 2,384 yards and 26 touchdowns, while adding 1,391 yards along with another 25 touchdowns on the ground. Unlike most two-sport athletes in high school who participate in traditional sports like baseball or basketball, Hurts' other pursuit was powerlifting. As a member of the powerlifting program, Hurts was able to squat 500 pounds of weight and reach the regional finals for his weight class. That unique skill set would play a key role in his eventual NFL success. How did Jalen Hurts transition from college to the NFL? Hurts' strong 2019 campaign at Oklahoma increased his draft stock, but didn't earn him first-round consideration alongside the class's top prospects like Burrow, Tua Tagovailoa, or Justin Herbert. The Eagles, in a somewhat surprising move since they had an established young quarterback in Carson Wentz, drafted Hurts in the second round with an eye towards using him in specialized packages to complement Wentz. After quickly ascending to the backup role, Hurts supplanted Wentz as the starter in December of 2020 and hasn't relinquished the job since. A coaching change from Doug Peterson to Nick Sirianni brought a new offensive approach that included the development of the tush push, or brotherly shove in some crikles, utilizing Hurts' squatting background to create a nearly unstoppable short yardage play that helped the Eagles reach Super Bowl LV in 2023. Jalen Hurts' college legacy. While Hurts likely won't be having his number retired or getting inducted into a Ring of Honor at either of his college programs, his legacy is secure at Alabama and Oklahoma. The Crimson Tide will always remember Hurts' contributions to their 2017 national title team and his selfless decision to accept being demoted in favor of Tagovailoa, offering Hurts a redemptive moment when he relieved the injured starter to help Alabama win the SEC championship game.